Ayman Khan here for Seconds Out with Mikaela Mayer. Mikaela, how you doing?
Doing well. Yeah. Everything's good. We're here. Fight night's almost here, so I'm good.
Good seeing you doing well. Hoping your head isn't spinning too much as we're top of the
I know,
BT
right?
Tower.
It is a little like throwing me off a little bit, but yeah, I'll just keep my focus here.
Keeping focus on the weekend. Christina Linardatou stands in the opposite corner. Tell me how you're feeling. Have you read the scout report? What do you feel the challenges are that she'll bring to you on fight night?
Um, she's not going to bring anything that we're not already expecting. We've watched her fights. We've studied her. She's going to come forward. She's aggressive. She's going to come forward and try and land those big looping, hooking shots. Big overhand right, the big lefts, which are dangerous shots. I got to be careful. I got to be sharp on my toes. Good defense. Keep that space. Box her nice. Do a little bit of everything. I think she's going to get a little bit of everything out of me, all my tools, which is good, which is what I want. That's the kind of challenge I wanted, and that's what's going to make for an exciting fight for the fans.
You feel like you're on the path that you want to be on. Look, if we put this fight into context in your career, you had the defeat, you're looking to bounce back and get back to world title contention. It feels like you haven't taken too much damage, and you're on that right path right now.
Yeah, I really haven't taken too much damage. That's one of the reasons why I wanted, to keep on with big fights after stepping out of the ring the last time here in London. Like, I didn't want to take a step back. Skill wise, I don't need to. Like, I'm boxing great. I'm strong. I'm in my prime, and I need to continue to take on tough challenges and keep myself in position for a world title, because that's where I believe I belong.
The focus is clearly on yourself, but I mean, there's very much a storyline with yourself and Alicia Baumgartner, and this week the narrative has written itself, but you've got the pen this week.
There you go. She's in the middle of an interview with Seconds Out.
Cheers, Gareth.
Lovely, great haircut as well.
Big shout out to Gareth.
Yeah. Good luck on Saturday night.
Thank you.
But yeah, you've got the pen this weekend because you are planning to beat the woman that beat Alicia Baumgartner. So this story writes itself, but you're in control this weekend.
Yeah, and I knew this going into this matchup. It's a way to help the fans sort of follow along. Like, I know that the fans don't want to see me go up against someone that they don't know, that they've never heard of, right? So that's why I wanted a top contender, and it was either Delphine Persoon or Linardatou. Delphine wasn't available, so Linardatou made sense to us. She's tough. She's worthy of a shot and a fight against me, and it's kind of fun that she did beat Baumgardner.
Do you feel that the styles, Christina bringing the pressure forward, that sets you up as well for then the potential rematch forward with Alicia Baumgartner? You beat that style, more experience with it, then comes the rematch, and then you've got the advantage.
I don't think that has to do with having an advantage. I think, or even put me in position. It's not going to put me in position for a rematch. It may get people talking, but Baumgardner has to want the rematch. She has to want it, and she doesn't want it. She holds the belts now, so the ball's in her court, her and Eddie. So they have to want this fight. They can't be, putting it on me in top rank. Like, that's just not how it works. So if they want the fight, then they'll make it clear. Until then, I'm going to assume they don't.
And you don't feel that they do want the fight?
No, because if they did want the fight, then they would be making the rematch happen. I mean, the money's there, right? As a promoter, the money's there. As a fighter, the money's there. The viewership is there. You have everything you need for a mega fight. He's a mega fight sitting in his back pocket. So it's there. They got to want it.
In that case, then, what's on your radar? Look, there's a big fight coming up in Katie Taylor versus Chantal Cameron. You want Katie Taylor, potentially. Is that on your radar? What is on your radar?
Now that I'm at 135, I'm in a new division. So my radar is on the champion. Whatever division I'm in, I'm going for the champion. That's where I'm at in my career. I belong in world title fights. So I'm gunning for Katie. I got to get through Linardatou, obviously, but I know in the back of my head that beating Linardatou will make me mandatory for Katie. The interim belt is on the line, so I got to get through her, and then I get to Katie. So that's everything to me.
Who do you feel wins Taylor versus Cameron?
I think that's going to be a great fight. I think they're both at the top of their game, both very experienced and skilled. And I couldn't tell you off the bat who's going to win that fight. It's not obvious. It's not an obvious win for either one of them, which is what makes it such a great fight. So props to both of them for taking on the challenges, and we'll see. We'll see who comes out on top.
But you would want Katie Taylor to win because you would then want your opportunity against her, and then you would want to be the woman that beats her for the first time, right?
Well, it doesn't. It would be nice to be the one to beat. Everyone wants to be the one to beat Katie for the first time, yeah. But at the end of the day, she's still Katie Taylor. If she loses against Chantel Cameron, she's still the champ at 135, and she's still Katie Taylor. She's still the woman who's done everything that she's done for the sport. So, regardless, it would still be an honor to step in the ring with her. Regardless, but we'll see. And Chantel too. I would love to have her on my resume also. And she's mentioned making a fight with me, and she'd be interested in that also. So there's so many big fights to make. That's what I love about women's boxing right now. It's gonna be great. Those next few years are gonna be really fun.
Final predictions I need from you. The whispers are that Savannah Marshall will take on Franchon Cruz DOESN. What are your thoughts on that fight?
Yeah, I heard that. I've been on the team with Franchon for years. She is a hard fighter to beat because a lot of unorthodox punches. You don't know where a lot of her punches are coming from, and that makes her a dangerous fighter. So she's also relentless, and she's hungry, and she gets in that ring and she lays it all on the line. So I'll be pulling for my girl in that fight, but great fight. I'm happy to see that they both got another big fight on their hands.
Huge fight coming up, not this weekend. Well, there is Joyce versus Zhang, but bigger one next weekend in Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. You're taking that one too.
Okay, Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Another great fight that I love because you don't necessarily off the top of your head know who the winner is going to be. They both bring two different styles to the table. Obviously, you have Garcia, who's tall, long, got a great jab, good hook. On paper, probably should be able to beat someone like Gervonta. But then again, Gervonta's just so good at closing that space and eventually landing that big shot. So it just depends how Ryan Garcia's going to have a really, really smart fight. I actually think that Ryan might win the first half of that fight, first few rounds at least. And then once Gervonta sort of, gets in his rhythm, he might be able to close that space and land a big shot, which he's usually always able to do. So, but we'll see. I'm a fan of both.
Okay, a real pleasure speaking to you. Thanks for speaking to SecondsOut. Looking forward to seeing you action this weekend.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.